Yo ho ho, and I'm out of control. Hey there, head trippers. I'm here playing some more Dynamite Headdy, in which we just defeated a wood puppet by the name of Jacqueline Dressy, who would not put on the Beano head for us. Well, I guess she charges extra for that. Anyway, we are now in Southtown, where, as you can see, doing the hit me thing here causes the terrain to change a bit. And I am just whacking the bulb over and over here because we will eventually get a secret bonus point for it. However, I don't recommend whacking the bulb over and over in the real world. You'll go blind. Anyway, I do beg your pardon for taking an extra week to get this update up. I am currently preparing for a cross-country move to be taking place on the last day of the month, and I am packing and cleaning and all that happy horse shit. And in addition to keeping me very busy, it is also playing hell with my dust allergies, so I can't record commentary very well when I am just a mess of sniffles and sneezes. So right now I am all huffed up on pseudoephedrine, and it seems to have me more or less intelligible for the moment. So here we are again. Here's one of the quirks of Southtown. By pulling the danger switch here, we get the whole stage rotated sideways into the backstage area, where there's a man in the thong operating some machinery. That's charming. And we have a mini-boss here, by the name of Rebecca. And I got fisted on the way up, story of my life. Every now and then she'll do this targeting thing and shoot some notes at you. Other than that, her only other attack is pounding you with her fist during the other phase. Interestingly enough, this is a boss that was completely redrawn for the US and Euro versions. The mid-90s were a time of great moral panic in the video game world, and I guess Sega of America and Europe did not want you beating on anything that looked like a little girl, despite being obviously a doll. So they changed Rebecca into Monsmeg the Robot. I think Rebecca's a rather more interesting design, so this is one of the reasons I somewhat prefer the Japanese version. Oh, gonna need to reset that platform there. I can't seem to pull myself up on it. Those power-ups hidden in the scaffolding there, I don't know if there's any way to retrieve those other than using the vacuum head. But I suppose it doesn't really matter because the vacuum head works just fine. Anyway, that's enough time in the backstage. Let's head back to the Southtown stage proper. Here's a disturbing little bit where you have to hit these happy little yellow guys so they get impaled on a pole, at which point they twitch a bit, turn blue, and stop moving. Headdy, you're a monster. You know, we could get by with just killing 4 of them, but I want that one up, so we will have to kill 8 of them. They die so that Headdy may live. I wasn't sure if I had quite full health there, so I just took a quick nap. You can cancel the sleepy head. There's a secret bonus point here with this kind of mid-level enemy. You just have to volley one of its cannonballs until it finally explodes. But to actually defeat the tank super machine, you just have to suspend one of the cannonballs on the spikes there and let it drop onto the pilot. Now you knock this thing a little to the right here, and it will open up the drain pipe. But then there's another secret bonus point to be had if you jump on top of it and attack downward, which will actually damage it. A few good hits of that, and you destroy it, and you get your secret bonus point, as you clearly heard. The hit me bulbs here, instead of changing the terrain, they will reverse the direction of the conveyor belts. Occasionally useful, especially if you want to destroy these little wind-up Jeep guys, because they can only be destroyed from behind. Working gear. There is a secret bonus point to be found in this level by destroying all of the hammer blocks. Oh, but wait, first we've got a Liberty Head.
Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got a real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Dance to your dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
I start screwing up here, get one of the skulls and destroy one of my launchers, and that makes it harder because you're closer to the scroll, and yeah, screwed up again. That's better. Alright, we've got 3 of our digits for the secret at the end of the game. Just 1 more to go. I was saying, the stage Working Gear has a secret bonus point for destroying all of the hammer blocks in the level. This proves unreasonably difficult for me. I spend a ridiculous amount of time dicking around in this level trying to find all the hammer blocks, despite having no such difficulty on my practice run. Well, that's just typical recording luck for you, I suppose. That bouncy knight there, by the way, you can only get past that undamaged if you walk under it with the shrunken head. Anyway, since we're going to be here for a while with me screwing around trying to find all the hammer blocks, I'd like to bring up an issue related to that big cross-country move I mentioned earlier. I am moving for personal reasons and do not have a job waiting for me on the other end. Hopefully I will find myself reasonably employable, but, you know, no guarantees in this sort of thing. Might be a little financially insecure for a while. So I was wondering, loyal viewers, if you would have any major objections to me doing the YouTube monetization thing. I don't have a massive I don't have a massive subscriber count, so, you know, I'm not sure it would be very much, but if I have any lengthy periods of unemployment, I'm sure every little bit will help. You know, I really have no particular desire to inflict ads on you at the beginning of my videos, but, you know, if it's not a huge deal breaker for any of you, I may just have to do that, just to give myself a little bit of an extra edge in these, trying economic times. So, if you would be so kind as to let me know how you feel about that in the comments, you know, if it would be a major deal breaker for you, or just no big deal, I'd really appreciate your thoughts on that. And for the record, as always, the videos posted at skunkfuqua.com will always be ad-free, and they will always have the best quality as well. but I'm sure there are a lot of you that watch exclusively right here on the YouTubes, so it's an important decision on my part. Always want to make it a pleasant experience for you to the best of my ability. Limited though that ability may sometimes be. Yeah, I really don't know what the hell I'm doing here. I'm pretty sure there aren't any hammer blocks that I missed over in this direction. Oh, no, there is one. But I don't think there are any more any further to the left, so really I could just proceed through to the end of the level and be done with it. Is this the point at which I actually do that? No, I'm gonna dick around a while longer. Oh, hon. Even managing to get lost in a relatively linear platformer. Fortunately, although I do have a few more significant errors in this episode, this will be the last time I completely go on brain holiday. And look at my health, I'm already in the deep orange, even though the enemies in this level are not particularly threatening, just because I keep screwing around and bumping into traps in the process. Yeah, I don't think the empty head even actually prevents damage from falling in pits, but oh well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, I suppose. Hallelujah, last of the hammer blocks. I'll just claim this one up here. And we can finally move on from working gear. Sorry about that. Maybe I should have fast-forwarded it, but it gave me an opportunity to talk about the move and the monetization dilemma. Hallelujah for the sleepyhead. I could definitely use a full heal right about now. Apologies also for my mangling of English pronunciation. As you can see, just hitting these cross-shaped platforms will rotate them and take you along for the ride if you're right there to be moved. And the helicopter guys, as you probably noticed, can also rotate them. Some of them are also being spun by fans, as you see here. Now, you can only damage the fans when they're running. Hitting them causes a bit of damage and stops them for a while. But if you want to damage them more, you have to wait for them to stop running again. If you keep doing this, I believe it takes 6 hits while they're running. You will destroy the fan and get a secret bonus point. And there are 2 of them that you can do that with. It always takes that flat 6 hits. The hammer does not speed anything up here at all, but I don't think I realized that at the time. And a mystery spot. If you wait a second right at the start here, Beano will show up to wash the windows. And like you always do when you see Beano, you should beat the crap out of him. Poor Beano, just trying to do his job.
You've got a secret bonus point.
But there are always secret bonus points to be had for Beano abuse, so, sorry, dude. And our other buddy Bo here shows up and reveals that there's supposed to be a boss here, but it left. Oh, okay. not real sure what that was all about, but I guess we get to skip a boss fight. And although our perfect record is already ruined by missing that secret bonus point during the Jackal and Dressy fight, we did get all of them for this stage, so yay for that.
Yes.
Puppet Tower is a rather nifty stage, which we'll be doing in a moment, but first, Liberty Head. Oop, there it is. And with that, we will have all 4 digits for the endgame secret. Somewhat relieved to be done with that. Now that last one is a real pain in the nuts because in addition to requiring 20 points, you may also have noticed that the bomb spawn rate goes through the roof, so you sometimes have to wait a while just to get some more basketballs. But enough of that, we've got another encounter here with Maruyama. This can be quite easy, but if you want to get the secret bonus point, which I will, it can be rather annoying. And all of a sudden we're in Castellan, or Tower Toppler, if you remember either of those names for basically the same tower climbing game. C64 and Atari, if I recall correctly. And as you can see, Maruyama uses his latest body to shove chunks of the tower right out of it, causing the whole thing to drop down, which I can't imagine has any good effect on the architecture at the top. And every now and then, Maruyama will go a little squinty-eyed, and that's when you can get a hit on him. Otherwise, he's undamageable. Anyway, I'm going for a secret bonus point here, which just involves not completely defeating Maruyama and just climbing to a certain height of the tower. Once you've gotten high enough, you will hear the secret bonus point announcement, and then you are free to do away with Maruyama at your leisure. Maruyama only takes, I think, 4 hits here, maybe 5, but you have to exercise restraint and keep climbing for quite a while to actually get the bonus. Doop-de-doo, I'm a-climbing. Any day now. Yeah, the layout of the steps can occasionally combine with Maruyama's positioning to make hitting him during a squinty eye cycle kinda difficult. Just luck of the draw, really.
You've got a secret bonus point.
Finally. Now I am finally free to take out Maruyama, and as you will see momentarily, that ends up posing a little bit of a problem, even though it really shouldn't. Now the problem here, as you can see by what just happened to my health spotlight, touching Maruyama when he gets all up in your shit does quite a bit of damage. And your only real freedom of movement here is in the vertical. Because of the way the tower rotates with you as you move, you're kind of stuck in the middle of the screen, horizontally speaking. Which means not barging into Maruyama when you go to get your shot on him can sometimes be... well, you see how it's working out for me. Well... well, nearly died again, but it worked out in the end. Now we are going to go to rolling inside the tower, and there's another secret bonus point to be had here. If you can get up to the first mid-boss of the tower interior and beat it without taking a hit. I do not quite manage this right away. These spherical hammer things are the mid-boss in question. Darn it. I could fast forward this bit, but it's really not necessary. I don't have to make up much lost ground. And the hammer thing is really not that difficult. I'm just clumsy. Case in point. Alright, third time's a charm, right? You know, the Castellan / Tower Toppler aspect of this pair of levels is making me realize that Headdy's default noggin actually is rather frog-like. You may recall, if you're familiar with those games, that the protagonist of Castellan / Tower Toppler was a frog critter. It's one of those pointless coincidences that I can't help but remark on anyway. There we go.
You've got a secret bonus point.
And there's our no damage bonus. And I promptly get whacked by a cannonball, but it doesn't matter anymore. Besides me being on the verge of death and all. This little armored fella is our second and final mid-boss of the tower. That armor plating means that he can only be hit from below. And the Stop the World head, for reasons you can probably guess, will be very useful here. Yep, if you just freeze him in midair, and you can hit him from below freely. And as long as you hit him at the best possible pace, like so, you will take him out in 2 cycles. And once the floor starts rotating again, we will find a hangman for our ascending pleasure. And hallelujah for the hot dog Twinkie. It's not a full heal, but it'll do. Now we have another Keymaster battle. My name is not Heavy. Anyway, this is Motorhand. No connection to Motorhead, although it does appear to be made of metal. Bo helpfully points out that Motorhand's weak point is on her back. We can't reach it now, so you just need to dodge these swinging arms for a while, which will then get stuck in the floor. And you can walk around the donut-shaped level and hit her in the back until she recovers. Now, much of the time, Beano will walk by here, and you can take him out for a secret bonus point. But it seems to be somewhat randomized, and it doesn't happen for me here, so that's another one during a boss fight that I'll be missing. Next attack round, Motorhand's going to grab the floor, spin us around into the background, where Headdy will be using his shrunken head sprite. But otherwise it works the same. Anyway, that instance of Beano running by, it seems to happen every time in the US version, so that's a little more reliable and a little more fair in that version, despite it being overall more difficult. And as you can see, even though we cannot see the weak point when we spin Motorhand around this time, as long as we're properly aligned with it in the background there, we can still hit it. Pretty easy boss. Does decent damage if it hits you, but, you know, very predictable. Just have to be a little more careful than that and mindful of the spikes on the floor. And a couple more hits should do it. I can't believe it either, but
You've got another
that's Motorhand down and another continue for us. Yes. And here comes Fingy again to do her customary yoinking of the giant wind-up key. No idea what she's doing with them, but at least she seems to be appreciative, and I don't think Headdy minds the attention. I think that's good enough to call it a day. Next time on I Played a Thing, Dynamite Headdy, believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I will try to get another video up before the big move, but I am really in crunch time here, so I cannot promise anything, I'm afraid. However, if I don't get a video up before the move, I will certainly resume updating once I'm settled into the new I Played a Thing headquarters. In the meantime, again, if you could let me know how you feel about that whole monetization ads at the beginning of the videos, YouTube type of thing, I would appreciate it. Anyway, that's all for now. I thank you as always for watching. This is signing off. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Ish.